My War versus Shrooms and the Creators. Time 1830-ish. 2 to 3 grams penis envy lemon tech with 8 ounces of tea. 1845. Effect begins. I have all the lights off, sitting in the recliner. I then moved to the couch. The Lions game was on, and I turned the volume down low. Started having visuals. I was in a happy mood, feeling weightless like I was floating. I had zero pain from my hands, shoulder and feet. I soon realized I was floating above the earth and was approached by a being that I will call the Messenger. The Messenger said that I had reached a new level and that I was ready to move on to a new level if I so choose. The Messenger explained that all previous experience, trips, were required to prepare you to move forward. I have seen eyeballs on people's foreheads, faces melting, lights, nature changes, etc., before on many other adventures. The Messenger said the choice is yours, and I can tell you that you will learn a great deal. But it could be dangerous and not without risks. I asked where it was, and he pointed out into empty space. I was like, fuck, let's do it. We started to move, and I said, wait, how am I supposed to breathe in space? I was then handed a straw, and I asked, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? I was told to stick it in my fucking mouth and breathe. I stuck the straw in my mouth and we started moving forward. I kept looking back and that straw was stretching longer the further away I moved. The one end was still stuck in Earth's atmosphere. It appeared to be stretching thousands of miles. Eventually I could no longer see the Earth, but could only see the stretched out straw. I arrived at a location and what appeared to be a cardboard box was floating in front of me. It was not very big, maybe 3 by 3. I was told that I had to be put in that box to be transported across the barrier. I was being stuffed into the box and I became highly claustrophobic. I could not breathe, my chest was being crushed. I started to hyperventilate and eventually passed out. I think this really happened to me on the couch. I woke up and was removed from the box. I was then transformed into the image of the creators. I was naked and my dick and balls fell off. The creators are sexless beings, purple in colour without facial features, kind of like the movie award Oscar statues. It made me wonder where they got the idea for the statues in the first place. After being transformed, I was left free to wander around. There were many doorways, all lined side by side, and you had to stand at a certain angle to actually see them. I went through a few doors, continued to explore, where I learned the Bible is bunk. The alien creatures actually created man and woman and placed them on the earth. There are many other worlds with beings and alien races. We are definitely not alone. I also learned that mushrooms were provided to humans so they could travel to other dimensions and become explorers. I eventually arrived at another location and met Brother Smills. He was puffing on a cigar with a big smile on his face. His beard was grey and he had long dreads. It appeared to me he had been there a while. I could not tell if it was him, an impression that he had left, or just another version from another timeline. After a while I left, and I was approached by one of the creators, who told me that I had been here long enough and it was time to go. I told him to fuck off. I would leave when I was ready to. At that point, they became extremely angry and said, "How dare you disrespect us, you insignificant piece of shit." I was immediately forced back into my body, which up to this point I was not even aware was still there. The creators then started fucking with me mentally and physically. They paralysed my legs and laughed. They paralysed my arms and I tried fighting and moving, but I couldn't. They turned off my voice and I couldn't scream or yell for help, and they were laughing the entire time. My phone was sitting on the coffee table less than a foot away, and I couldn't reach it. I started crying, frustrated and trapped. I eventually got one arm free and moving. I grabbed my phone and typed a message to Smills, told him I'm okay, I'm with him in another dimension, and that I would explain later. I thought I was okay, but the creators regained control, and I was unable to send the message. After what seemed like hours and days, I was on the verge of a mental breakdown. I knew I was losing it, but had to keep fighting. I was staring at my phone, and I kept hearing, "You can't call anyone. Who are you going to call, you fucking pussy?" I used my last bit of energy and I screamed, "I don't need to call anyone, you fucking cunts, but my brother is already here with me." And poof, just like that, I was set free. The messenger then appeared and congratulated me for passing the test. I was asked if I would ever want to go back in, and I said, I want to help other stranded travellers and hopefully make a difference. Maybe my image is still there. Maybe part of me is still there. I don't know. I became an official interdimensional traveller and was authorised to get a third eye tattoo to signify my accomplishment, which will be my next tattoo. I asked how long I was gone and was told 10 years. Time moves differently in that area. During this trip, I was told to get up several times and use the bathroom and to eat to keep my energy. I know I had pepperoni and drank a chocolate Ensure. I was then congratulated again and fully released. My chest and sides were extremely sore. My guess was from breathing so hard. I got up and immediately went to the bathroom and had the shroom shits, and I sat on the toilet for an hour crying, in relief, and from being emotionally drained. I also had a headache, but was told earlier I would have one because my mind expanded. I came back and saw that the 49ers had just won the game. I ate because I was starving, and eventually went to bed around 1 a.m, exhausted and still shrooming. I left to wonder about all the things I saw, and wonder what would have happened if I didn't break free from the prison they had me trapped in. Something to think about. People may think this is 100% bullshit, and I am just fucking crazy, but if you know, you know. Don't fuck around with penis envy. Don't fuck around with lemon juice. Do not agree to go to another level unless you are mentally able and or have a travel buddy. Do not fuck around with creators. All religions are lies to keep people scared and away from the truth. Until next time.